Hi, 2012 Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Brent Chapman here, and I want to show you the new MESU bait company, Brent Chapman Flutter Spoon. Awesome little bait here. We've got them in 4 different colors. We've got a white, a gold, a silver, and a shad pattern. So we've got all the colors covered in this spoon, and definitely the bait you want to be throwing on those big fish. If you haven't fished a flutter spoon yet and you like the summertime fish, you need to be fishing one because it's just an awesome way to catch a lot of fish, but also to catch big fish. And when those fish get a little lethargic and won't bite anything, you can usually get them to bite a big flutter spoon like this. A couple of the features with this flutter spoon is, you can see we've got this bait rigged up just like I like to fish it. We've done a little secret here that I love. We've got a double split ring on the back and a big eagle claw laser sharp treble on here. Great hook for hooking them, and this bait's just an incredible bait to catch big ones on as well. The spoon is primarily a deep water bait. We've got them in 4 different colors, but the other thing that we've got about this bait that no one else has, they're UV enhanced. You guys have seen me over the years using the Tight Lines UV plastics. We've worked with them and we've got these baits UV enhanced, and the UV enhancement, especially in deep water, is such a key. And these spoons, unlike any on the market, are UV enhanced, and they're going to help you put more fish in the boat. The setup I like to use, I've got a 7.5 foot flipping stick here with a 7-to-1 gear ratio reel. I've got 20-pound gamma fluorocarbon here. I like good heavy line, but the key to fishing these baits is you're fishing those areas where fish like to school up. Probably the best time of year to fish this bait is post spawn into summertime, when those fish will come out of those spawning areas and move out to main lake points and flats, and typically they'll school up good, and that's what the spoon will trigger, that school of fish to start biting, and you can put some really good fish in the boat with it. I fished areas where you can catch them on a worm or something, and if the fish are feeding in a feeding mode, you catch them on a worm and a crankbait sometimes, but sometimes they get accustomed to those baits or have seen too many, and that's where this flutter spoon really does the job, because when you're hopping it, you're getting those reaction strikes out of those fish, and it catches the biggest fish that are in a school on a particular on a spot. So I always like to pull up to a spot, throw the spoon first, because typically I'm going to catch the biggest fish with it. But it's a real simple bait to fish. I take it, and you don't want to make a real long cast with it, just a short cast or a long pitch, but just take it, make it's probably a 20 to 30 yard cast or a long pitch, and I'm just going to let it sink to the bottom on a slack line. I'm just watching my line. And even on the initial fall, you want to be watching it, because a lot of times, if you're in an area that has a lot of fish on it, you'll see your line jump. And a lot of times those fish will snag it. But once it gets to the bottom, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to do, it's kind of like what we do stroking a jig, but I'm going to reel down and I'm going to hop it. And with a lot of slack line, I'm going to watch that slack line, hits the bottom again, and I'm going to hop it again, and watch that. Hits the bottom and reel up a little bit of slack, and I'm going to hop it again. And what I'm doing, I'm hopping this bait up probably 6-7 feet off the bottom. And that's probably the biggest key to this bait. A lot of times on a worm or a jig or even a crankbait, you're catching those fish when they're relating to the bottom, but a lot of times those fish will suspend 4 or 5 feet up off the bottom, and that's where this flutter spoon will trigger that school of fish and put those big ones in the boat. Everybody's afraid of losing a lot of spoons when they get hung up. But if you're out here hopping this on a ledge, you're going to come across some brush piles or maybe fishing around standing timber or rocks. But believe it or not, the weight of this spoon is so heavy, all you got to do is get over the top of it and usually shake it, and the weight of the spoon will get the bait off. So just get over the top, shake it, and it comes off. So it's really, really simple.